Hey there, my name is Nono. I am the head of founder ecosystem here at One Piece Labs. In this first session, we'll be focusing on what many consider as the brain or heart of any startup, which is the founding team. Now you might be wondering, why is the founding team so important? Isn't the product that people ultimately care about? And yes, you're right in some ways. A well-built product is essential. But here's the reality. Most seasoned investors, especially in early stage Web3, aren't just investing in a product. They're investing in the people behind it. What they're really betting on is your team's ability to build, iterate, and adapt. And that's why your team slide in the pitch deck matters more than most founders believe, which, we'll get into in a later module. So, in this first session, let's talk about what it takes to form the right founding team for you. Now first, let's start with a couple of questions to get the gears turning. Are you thinking of going solo or bringing in co-founders? If you're considering a co-founding team, how many people make sense to you? And more importantly, what values or skills should each person bring to the table? Solo founder journeys are tough, but not impossible. Usually, these are individuals who've identified a very specific pain point in the space and have a strong, clear vision on how to solve it. More often than not, they're also very technically proficient. Maybe they've spent years as a blockchain developer or have led side projects before. This particular combination of technical expertise and product vision is essential when you're building alone. With that said, solo founders have all of the decision-making power. But as everybody knows, with great power comes with great responsibility. You'll likely find yourself juggling everything. Product development, fundraising, marketing, legal, even a bit of community engagement. It is doable, but the trade-off is time. Your project may take longer to go from ideation to MVP because there's only one of you driving it forward. There's no definitive right answer, but from our experience here at One Piece Labs, most successful founding teams tend to have 2 to 3 co-founders. This gives you the ability to divide responsibilities, play to each other's strengths, and build trust really quickly. With more than 3 co-founders, say 4 or 5, you start introducing complexity, things like power struggles, unclear hierarchies, and misaligned priorities. It's also worth pointing out that you don't need to be the best of friends with your co-founders, but you do need mutual respect, personal compatibility, and trust. That becomes especially important when things get hard, and trust me, they will. Maybe a platform launch doesn't go as planned, or you hit a wall with fundraising. In those moments, the strength of your internal dynamic will determine whether you bounce back or break down. One often overlooked point by many co-founders is that you need to make sure you're aligned on your long-term vision. Are you trying to scale fast, raise capital, launch a token, and all within just 12 months? Or are you aiming for a more measured, organic growth path with steady revenues, for example? Misalignment here might not show up right away, but it will surface as the project matures, and when it does, it can be a major roadblock. Beyond personal dynamics, there's also the professional fit. The most effective founding team brings complementary skill sets to the table. For example, a technical founder might pair well with a co-founder who understands Web3 product strategy, go-to-market, token design, or BD. This way, each founder owns their own domain and trusts that the others do the same. And obviously, this also allows for a healthier decision-making. When everyone brings unique strengths to the table, you avoid conflicts and are more likely to make informed, balanced decisions. To help you assess this early on, here are a few foundational questions to ask when you're founder dating. All of the aforementioned topics won't help you succeed unless you know when to bring co-founders. Let's say you've been handling everything by yourself. Maybe you've learned a bit of marketing, or figured out tokenomics, or even dabbled in legal. While you may have succeeded in picking up these new skill sets, It is crucial to consider this from a scalability perspective and recognize when it is right to bring someone in. Maybe this can look something like your project needing to grow from 1 to 100 after securing initial tractions, or getting smart contracts audited before a launch, or even getting tokenomics ready before a potential TGE. Being a good founder isn't about doing everything by yourself. It's about knowing when to delegate and bring in co-founders whose skills are better suited for certain roles. Now, that is not weakness. That is good leadership. So, where do you look? Start close to home, your existing network. Former colleagues, friends from school, collaborators from hackathons or side projects. These are people you've already shared time, stress, and goals with. That shared context makes it easier to build alignment and trust. If you're branching out, warm intros and referrals from trusted contacts are a strong next step. And always, always be open to the idea that someone around you, someone with a 9 to 5, is just waiting for the right idea and the right person to start something new with. Don't assume they're unavailable. Always share your vision and see where the conversation goes. And obviously, just like dating, there will be a trial period. Use it to assess alignment on values, work ethic, and trajectory. The best co-founders will be those who believe in what you're building and are willing to go all in, maybe despite long hours or early stage uncertainty or even non-ideal compensation. Now, in summary, first, solo founders' journeys are possible, but very tough. Second, most strong teams start with 2 to 3 co-founders with complementary skill sets. Third, personal trust, professional alignment are both essentials. Fourth, a great founder knows how to wear many hats, but also knows when to delegate. And last but not least, your next co-founder may already be someone you know. You just haven't had the right conversation yet. Thanks for tuning in to session 1. In the next session, we'll explore what happens after the founding team is in place, which is how to build out your core team while maintaining focus, alignment, and momentum.